Hello everyone. I'm going to do a quick first impressions video on Bard, the Wandering Traveler, and we're going to look at his abilities right here. His passive seems to be kind of like a Thresh Soul type thing. Not really sure how that's going to work. It's going to give him some move speed and experience. The experience is the weird thing. If this is a constant drop, Thresh's souls scale with the level of the game and how much armor and souls he has collected. So if this is a constant drop, he's going to get ahead of everyone in experience, because remember, Thresh has the no MR, no armor scaling, but this guy, I don't know if he has any XP clinching to stop him from gaining XP. The auto attack damage, I feel like this is going to be like some kind of a Lux thing, or not a Lux thing, sorry, a Lulu thing, sort of like the Pix thing. But I'm not quite sure how this works. I feel like it's going to be as a support player, as a support champion, I feel like it's going to be a bit like Thresh's Empowered E. Whenever you have a meep up, you just look for a little harass there. Don't burn that on a creep, and then so on and so forth. So those two, one, they don't really go together, which Riot loves to put abilities together that don't go together, and two, the chimes thing seems kind of broken. The move speed, yeah, that's fine. Mana, that's fine. The experience, though, that's weird. Experience is weird. Going to number 2 here, Cosmic Binding. He throws a bola, pretty much that's what it is. It's a Rengar bola, except it continues on. It's kind of like Vigar's new skill shot, but if it hits 2 things, think Lux's E, but if you hit them both, they get stunned. And this is going to be pretty good. It's kind of like double up, like Misfortune's double up, except if you throw it right, you're going to get that stun on and get some free harass. This is a really strong laning ability. Like this is really the only thing he really brings in lane. Besides the heal from his W, but again, that's not really a I don't know. That's not really good laning tool. It doesn't compare to Soraka's heal. It doesn't compare to Alistar's heal, even just with the cooldown I'm sure it's going to have. And also, if it's a high mana cost, it's really not going to be worth it. Health and move speed, and the move speed is a little confusing too. You have to put it in a place where the enemy's not going to stomp on it, so you have to put it backwards in the lane. But you also have to put it in a place where they could utilize the move speed. Again, doesn't make any sense. The move speed part here. Like I said, you can get it back in the lane if you position it aggressively, that you can fight over it. Like, it creates an objective that bot lane can fight over, but I don't know. I don't like it very much. As an ability, like I said, this is going to be his bread and butter. You'll probably max this first, and look for fights based off you hitting this. It kind of works as a Vayne mechanic. Hear me out. It works in a Vayne mechanic in a way that people are scared to sit in the bush. If you have the bush warded, enemies can't sit in it and just camp there. In the same way, against a Vayne, you can't do that. Vayne's going to tumble in and just slam you in the wall and get the stun. Him too is going to throw the bola at you. A longer range, by the way. This seems like it has really decent range. From there to there away, that's pretty good. And they're just going to get the bola stun off, so people are going to be scared of the bush. This is a health pot thing. He drops a health pot. Yeah, we talked about that. This is really cool. Oh, whoops. I wanted to mute it, not make it full screen. Hold on. So he opens a tunnel through terrain and can bring allies can click on it and go through, and then so can enemies. So think about like a Thresh Lantern, but more mobile, except it has to go through terrain as far as I can tell. See, conjures target on target wall. So you have to click it on a wall. You can't just do this in a lane. But it gives it super move speed. You see, they travel through the tunnel a lot faster than they do just walking. And this is going to be really good for roaming. For a roaming support, you can roam with your bola stun and get some kills like that. Not as potent as like a Blitz or a Thresh or something like that, but still really good. And another thing this is going to do is make immobile teams very mobile. One of the problems with picking like a Xerath, a Kog'Maw, Cassiopeia even, although she's a little bit more mobile, stuff like that, Lux. The reason you can't play these champions is because they're really immobile and they have problems late game, positioning and stuff like that. Thresh Lantern makes up for it a little bit, but this is really going to bring a lot of mobility to teams that otherwise wouldn't have it. Also, I think you can make some really interesting plays baiting people to follow through, especially in solo queue. Baiting enemy teammates, enemy enemies, sorry, to follow you through the little wormhole magical journey, to take the magical journey, and then their team doesn't follow, so they're way on the other side of them, too far in engaged, because your team went through and they're trying to follow you and catch you, but their team doesn't follow, so they're all by themselves and you get a free kill. The mobility of this is capitalized even more so using the Tempered Fate. You get Tempered Fate, I'll show you a picture right here. It's an AoE Zhonya's effect, puts enemies in a stasis, puts allies in a stasis. Anyone you hit with this thing is going to put them in a position where they can't attack and they can't take damage. It's just a Zhonya's like that. They sit there. And here, I'll show you this one. This one blocks the Karthus ultimate here. So he almost doesn't hit it, but he hits it right at the last minute. And this is really cool because well, for one, it has a delay on it, so it's not the best. Zhonya's, you can press it instantly and block some crucial damaging abilities. Nobody has the telltale damaging abilities to block, really. Like Cassiopeia ult, if you start this, the Tempered Fate ult, as soon as Cassiopeia starts to ult, you're not going to get it in time. Same with Darius ult, Lux Laser, Xerath ult. You can block the second two, but you're never going to block the first one. Stuff like that. It all has a wind-up time. This has a wind-up time greater than those. So what you're probably going to use this for is counter-engage. The enemy team hits a couple of their movement speed abilities, maybe Oriana W, pop their Righteous Glory, and you throw it on 3 of them. Your team repositions and lays some stuff down, maybe a Cassiopeia pool, maybe some Xerath AoE. You set it up as the Zhonya's is going to run out, the Tempered Fate's going to expire, and then re-engage off of that. So it's going to this kind of gives him like a Janna ultimate where it freezes people and knocks them back, and it doesn't knock them back, but it lets your team move away, and it also gives you like a an engage tool. So I'm trying to think of a good AoE engage, like a Braum sort of, because a lot of laning is about a lot of team fights are entirely about positioning. It's where you're positioned, so making them stand still and not being able to reposition can get your mage, like your Ahri, can dash behind everyone with no threat of the tank line, and then get their abilities onto the carries, stuff like that. One thing that's going to come in handy though is his ult's going to be used in lane to save allies. Caitlyn ult, that has a long enough wind up. Kog'Maw, any kind of dive like that, all that aggression can be tempered by just throwing the bomb on yourself or on your AD carry, and then turning it. You can overextend in a turret dive, bomb yourself, and then your jungler can come in and counter gank. If you get counter ganked, you can bomb the enemies, boom, locks them up, 3 of them, and your team can just disengage. Extremely versatile, and that's really where he's going to shine, is his versatility. He can engage, he can counter engage with his magical journey, engage, counter engage with the bola, engage, counter engage. 2 enemies are running at you, 4 enemies, 5 enemies are running at you. You throw the bola at them, but hits 1, hits 2, double stun, and then you're free to lock up the rest of them with your ultimate. This part doesn't make sense. I don't know, this doesn't do anything. It's a heal. This, and then the XP per level. Because of this meep thing, if it shows up enough, you might actually see him as like a top laner. Just because of the self-sustain with the W, as bad as that is, I think you can use it in a solo lane. And then 2, because of the gang presence of this. And his safe laning. He seems to be ranged and have a decent amount of auto attack damage with the meeps. So if they come up enough, I feel like if the cooldown on this is really short, I feel like he's going to have enough damage to actually sustain himself in a solo laner. Anyway, thank you for listening to my first impressions on Bard, the Wandering Traveler, Wandering Caretaker. I'm loving this picture. It reminds me a lot of pandas from Mists of Pandaria. Oh baby. So we're gonna call it right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.